Good afternoon, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. So, guys, I got that picture you guys were asking for. Bob has come out. Bob's got his fist up. Well, Tom, what the hell? I told you, Bob, that's my praying mantis on my ceiling, as you can see. Well, actually, that's on my my wall. If he was on my windowsill, if it was on my ceiling, you would see like little pillars. I think he's in between them. But he looks like a fighter. But anyhow, guys, I got a very, very important update. We're gonna get back to basics in this one because honestly, I like covering all the stuff. I like covering all the crypto and everything. Obviously, you can see, like I said, we're gonna have a huge retrace on some of this stuff. I made no bones about it. But I mean, it's holding. So I'm just saying, gold pulled back because of what's going on. So anyhow, but that's not what we're covering today. I'm going XRP, XLM, DGB. That's it. That's all you're getting in this update because I am going back to my roots of XRP, XLM, DGB. And then I will throw in the other ones as I need. But in my normal updates, I used to only cover XRP, XLM, DGB and dabble in the other ones. But they would always be in the title, and that's back to how it's going to be. You're going to see hashtag XLM, XRP, XLM, DGB in the title. And then I'll put whatever creative title I want. But the point is I need to get back to basics because I don't feel comfortable with myself when I'm not consistently keeping 3 up to date, because that's what my channel is based around. Besides these 3 stocks or cryptos, the ISO 20022 and my commodities, this is what my channel is based on. This is how I started my channel between XRP, XLM, and DGB. And it's time for me to get back to in every update at least mentioning these ones. So we're going to take a more extensive look. We've got some immediate levels down for XRP. I took off the rest of my numbers. The 84 level that I have on there is not a bounce point, but it's somewhere where we found some mid support if we're going to bounce up another level. Like if we're going to retest 98 cents, we would bounce off that 84 cents. Or at least try to push over 88 cents, as you've seen a few times in a few examples. But if we fall below 84, we're going to come down to 78 cents. So that's why I have that. Then I have the 98 bounce point. If we can break through, if we ever break up in the pattern, which I'm not saying we're going to, I'm saying in a situation where we do, then you would know you have to bounce to that 98. And if you don't get up there, you're coming right back down and you got to test support. Which in this case is acting as resistance, which made us go back down to mid support, which was 84 cents, which is why I put it there so you could see. Now it's struggling to get on top of it. So what I think has to happen with XRP, I've shown you guys a ton of times. You guys know my XRP positions, but in this current formation, we could very easily be coming around. Well, where are we at right now in the hour? I want to go in the 4 hour just so you guys can see. So now, unlike yesterday, does it not look like we created kind of an M? So it's kind of tricky. So sometimes there's not enough data, like I was saying yesterday. So now, what we do, because we don't have enough historical data right there to tell you what's going to happen in the 4 hour or the 1 hour. Oh, I'm lighting the joint. So now, okay, we can't figure out what we're doing in the 1 hour, the 4 hour. So now we go back to the fucking 1 minute, and we see what kind of formation we're in. Okay, well, that's where we made that push up, and obviously we got rejected by 84 cents. So now we got to see what we're going to do. But then I have the underline at 83. You see how tight the zones are? Lewis. So we have to bounce between the lines. Lewis. Now we know 84 cents is acting as resistance. Lewis. Or at mid-support resistance, or mid-level resistance. Lewis. Couldn't even get up to 88 cents. Lewis. So if we can't pick up any volume, Lewis. Chances are we're going to fall below 83, and then we have to go to 78. Lewis. Although it could bounce off at 82, but that you guys get the point. Look what happened every time it hit my 83 line. That's the point. I'm the best in the business. I make no bones about it, and I don't even care anymore. You know what, guys? You guys can say whatever you want in chat. I actually don't care anymore. I actually am looking at it a bit differently. And I'm taking it as a badge of honor that so many people would come in here and think so highly of my opinion one way or the other that you would have to mock me and or put your entire portfolio on the line. So for that, I thank you guys. Even if you hate me, for some reason, something I'm saying is resonating with you and you have to make me look bad. So for that, I'm sorry you have to put your time in. But, you know, we all have to put our time in. So now we go to XLM. XLM, guys, it's trying to stay up in this level. 30 cents is that true support down there. If it can't hold, like I was saying earlier, and it's right on that bounce point. If it can't hold this 31.5, we've got issues. And it's trying to. All of them are trying to hold this mid-support bounce because the only thing they can do if they fall past this mid-support, which is the half bounce, the Bob's bounce, if it can bounce off of it, they have to go back down to the true support, which is 78 cents. On this pattern, the truest support now in this pattern, in the overall pattern since we crashed, is 65 cents. That's with XRP. With XLM, we got to come back down to where I drew that line, guys. That's true support now. We can't argue what happened when it crashed. And then once we get down there, when we start trading sideways and down, a little bit of up and then down even farther, once we eventually get back down to that spot, then, and only then, can we discover what's going on and which direction we're going to take. But as you can see, Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is doing an update on the Fed meeting because, like I said earlier, all it's going to take is for Mr. Powell or Mr. Poole or whatever the fuck scumbag is. All it's going to take for Jerome, it's to say one bad thing and every market's going to fucking crash and tank. You'll see the same thing in the commodities market initially, but then that'll rebound and it'll end up being higher up than it was when it started. Because for some reason everybody always panics and sells off their metals, which makes no fucking sense. It should be the opposite. That's the only real intrinsic value, decade over decade. Not money, not stocks, not crypto, not nothing. Has more intrinsic value decade over decade than gold, silver, and any kind of precious metal you can get your hands on. Keyword, precious. So anyhow, what's going to happen in the short term here, guys, is if we don't find any volume, XLM's not going to be able to get back up to 34 cents. In fact, you see my line going across. That's the mid bounce point that I think it's either got to make a decision and bounce up. You can see it. And then eventually it comes back down anyhow. Or it would have to ride across that and then it would just come out and fail. But it might not even get back up to 33 cents. As we go across, this 33 cent line for me is declining. The reason why it's declining is because I'm coming in the moving averages in my own head. So I know the farther down the line we have to go, that line is going to meet it somewhere and it's going to have a bounce point. And to me, it's around 30 cents. And then it's going to decide. And the bounce point doesn't mean it goes up, guys. That's the biggest misconception when you guys listen to me. It's not just because it's a bounce point, it doesn't mean it has to bounce up. You get significant volume. When I say we're looking for volume, that doesn't mean just to go up. We're looking for volume here to crash through the last support level. Can go either way. To me, it looks like, if I'm just saying what I'm seeing by my eye, XLM looks like it's doing something like this in the 1 minute, and then it's going to crash. That's what it looks like to me. There's no way to confirm that until we see the pattern go up, but either way, it's going down eventually. Either way, we're crashing eventually. I can't give you an exact date because I would be lying. Nobody can give you an exact date. If they say they can, they're full of shit. If I could give exact dates on things, I wouldn't be doing this on YouTube doing crypto. I'd be sitting at my favorite sporting event fucking killing it. Oh, this is what's going to happen in the game? Well, let me put 2K on the Pistons minus 22.5 or plus 22.5 because they suck, but I'll take them straight up because somehow they're going to have a miracle win, plus 650. You know, if I could do that, or, you know, give me this team to win the Super Bowl when they're minus 10 or plus 10,000 odds. Yeah, here's 10 grand. Now, you know, if I could do that, don't you think I'd be, if I was a fucking wizard? I'm not a wizard. What I am is the best damn person you've ever seen give technical analysis on the charts because I give next level technical analysis. And what that means is I give technical analysis based on how I was self-taught. I do technical analysis based on my abstract mind in my photographic memory, which allows me to see things in a different way because I don't forget patterns. I do my next level technical analysis based on outside factors and things that could potentially mitigate the market. I do it based on the corruption and manipulation that goes on every day in our markets. So there's a lot that goes into what I'm doing. But pretty much 9.7 times out of 10, if you take my advice the way it's put out, you're not losing money, and in fact you're gaining money, and most of the time you're saving money on the way down as well if you're willing to listen and have the balls to pull the trigger. I'm not a financial advisor. Should you take my advice? No motherfucking way you should. Well, Tom, no we shouldn't, but you give good advice, obviously. Why is that, Bob? Well, because I'm a dumb fuck and I'm even making money. That's very big of you, Bob. Well, it feels good to have money in my pocket, Tom. And that's the point, guys. Even if I can win over Bob, I can win you over. Look again, guys. I begged you guys to sell, and look what's happening right now. Look what's happening. Again, I've saved you guys anywhere from 7 to 10% in the last 24 hours. Even AMP, when I told you guys it was up in the head. If you guys listened to me when it was up at $12 or 12 cents today, I once again saved you 30% when I said it was in the head. So I know what I'm talking about. Theta tried to fool everybody, and I said I wouldn't bite at that. The best you can hope for is where. So I'm just saying, guys. If you want to spice up my day and send a donation, they'd be really appreciated. What would be even more appreciated is a few new members of Tom's Army. I do this day after day after day after day after day, and then I get asked, when's it going to crash? You mean like how it's crashing right now from how it was a day and a half ago again? You mean how Bitcoin's not at 41,500 and it's down 3K in the last 24 hours and I told you once again to get the fuck out? Or once again, how I told you to capitalize on that 5,000 to 6,000 up on Bitcoin with all your favorite altcoins and told you to pick whichever one was your favorite? Yeah, this just happened in the last 72 to 96 hours, and yet I still get shit. But better yet, what happened in the last 1,000, 2,000 hours before that? You're welcome. So join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. Get the exclusive and elusive T-Fan badge. In month number 2, you get Dusty's BC Outhouse emoji. A lot of people are sporting it now because they're 1 month subscribers. I'm sporting it. Looks fantastic. See? That's what the new loyalty badge looks like for your 1 month badge. It says Dusty's BC Outhouse News. So, I think it's spectacular. That's what happens when you fuck with my channel. You have to deal with it. So, now we're going to end with DGB, as promised. My favorite position that I've ever held, besides... Well, I mean, obviously XRP means a lot to me, but DGB is one that I found so low and so cheap. And then Commerce Resources is one of my prized possessions, which I'm begging it to go down like another 15, 20, 25%. And it's not really doing much today. It's only down 1 or 2%, down to 22 cents. But I need it to go down to 15 cents so I can back the fortuitous motherfucking truck up. And I'm going to buy like 20 or 30,000 more shares if I can, if it goes real cheap. Well, not 20 or 1,000 more, but I want to get to 25,000 shares, and I've already got 12,522. So over halfway there. I'm going to back the fucking truck up. So now with Digibyte, look at that W in the 1 minute, guys. It's something that is really bothering me. But, with all things considering, this is as high up as this W's going. So, should it bother you? No. If it goes up there. If you'd be looking at that. It's not even worth the in and out. Now, this bounce point, guys, with DGB, you guys know I cover this all the time. If DGB breaks under this, 5.4. No, not 5.4. What am I talking about? It's like 5.24. If it breaks under there, you know you got to come back down into this area. Easy. These aren't exact points, but I'm saying that's where it would come down, and you're going to have to fight with it if it breaks through there. And then after that, we have a 0.45 with DGB, so I'll put a 0.4494. And you break through that, now we're back down even farther. Now we're going to uncharted territory again. These are levels. If we break these and get down past these levels we're currently at, There's only one more support level at 78 cents for XRP. For XLM, 30 cents. For DGB, that 5.2 level. And then there's 4.8 for DGB after this mid-level, which is 5.2. If it gets down to 4.8, well, there's nothing left. 4.8 would be like 65 cents for XRP and 26 cents for XLM. And then what? Then we get into uncharted territory and we get back down to 4.4 and below. And that's what I want. That's what I'm salivating for. I want that 1, 2, 3 cent DGB. I want that sub 20 cent XLM. I want that sub 35 cent XRP. I want that sub 15 cent Doge. I want that sub 6 cent VeChain. I want that sub 6 cent ZIL. I want that sub 10 cent HBAR. I want that sub $1 Matic. Sub 85 cent, let me go through the rest of this. I want sub 85 cent Stratus. I want sub 75 cents IOTA. I want sub 70 cent Algo. I want sub 20,000 Bitcoin. I want sub 1 cent likely, well, right around 1 cent XDC, but I think it's going to be under a penny. I want sub $85 Litecoin. AMP, I mean, you guys can do what you want. I'm not touching AMP, but I want sub fucking 3.5 cent AMP. Come talk to me then. DOT, I want sub $10. Stores, I want sub 50 cents likely. Theta, I want under $4. Shiba, I mean, you can't really go any farther, but I would prefer the next zero. And that's being real talk. But I mean, if anywhere when you get down to, like I said yesterday, before it was under, made that 30% run, if you look 2 days ago, and that level would have been a nice spot to make a target, but you can still lose 100% daily or 75% at these prices. And Solana, I would prefer this to be, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but I have a mark at 1750. So if I can get to 1750, I'd be all over it. So T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte OG. Like I said, guys, you're not going to get this anywhere else. And this is only 1/3 of what I do. We didn't even touch commodities. We didn't touch the physical aspect of bullion. And we didn't even go into our foreign stocks. So there's a lot that goes into this. You can go to any douchebag for the crypto, but they're not going to even be able to show you it on the charts. But what they will give you is a bunch of FUD. Leave the FUD behind. Join Tom's Army. Point blank. You don't have to deal with all the bullshit. I'm going to give you the targets every single day, up to the minute, up to the date. You're going to be in before the crash happens, or before the pump happens, and you're going to be out before the crash ever starts. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it goes. People have been trying to prove me wrong for the better part of 11 weeks. Yes, I know it's shocking. It's only been 11 weeks on YouTube. But what does that mean? It's going to be in the next 11 weeks. Wouldn't it be nice to find out? Pay it forward.